When the turtle crawled onto the shore, normally timid pigeons thought there was no reason to be afraid this time. Big mistake. The turtle took advantage of being allowed within striking distance and lunged at the bird. With a single bite, the reptile broke the pigeon's neck. The other birds were in shock. Today, we will show you other instances where animals underestimated their opponents and paid dearly for it. Hippos are herbivorous beasts weighing about 3 tons, which usually leisurely graze in shallow water or on the banks of rivers and lakes. However, these giants with round barrel bodies and thick, smooth skin can shock with their behavior. The thing is, hippos are territorial aggressors who hate it most in the world when they are disturbed. They often attack predators that hunt in their territory, but that doesn't really mean that hippos are benevolent defenders of herbivores. On the contrary, they don't care about other animals. They just don't like unnecessary noise. Here, a numerous herd of zebras was crossing the river. During their journey, a crocodile noticed them, rushed towards the herd, and managed to catch one zebra. The striped herbivore resisted the opponent, but the reptile's jaw strength was incredible. Although the zebra outweighed the crocodile in body mass, it couldn't break free from its grip. The zebra resisted, but the crocodile slowly dragged it further away from the shore. Suddenly, an enraged hippopotamus approached the adversaries. The crocodile was shocked by such an intrusion because its usual attack scene causes panic among other herbivores. The zebra was surprised too. Could this really be its hero? Not at all. The noisy sounds of the struggle just irritated the hippo, so it decided to put an end to it. The huge and powerful hippo rushed at the entangled crocodile and zebra. All 3 disappeared underwater, but only the hippo resurfaced. What did it do to them under the cover of murky water? We can only guess, but clearly nothing good. The bite force of a hippo is so great that it can crush motorboats. Don't mess with and irritate them. A similar story happened here, but we see the actions of the hippo. A young and mighty lion was hunting a gazelle. It knew the herbivore was too fast, so it set up an ambush on the edge of a swamp, hoping the frightened prey would run into the marsh and get stuck there. Initially, everything happened as planned. The gazelle got scared and ran exactly where it was advantageous for the lion, but it underestimated the agility of its opponent, which managed to run far away from the shore before getting stuck. The lion had a drink, watched how far the gazelle was, and was about to wet its paws when it noticed the hippopotamus. Although the lion was young, it still backed off. It was the right decision, because the hippo was clearly not in the best mood. A smaller hippo followed it. Apparently, they were together. For them, this swamp was not impassable. Massive and super strong hippos calmly walked through the mud, from which the gazelle could not really escape, crying as if calling for help. It's a pity. The herbivore didn't know who it was dealing with. The enraged male didn't want any cries to ruin his date. For him, this swamp was like a beach, and he came to relax with his female. So the male hippo headed straight for the gazelle, which probably hoped to be pulled out of the mud. In short, yes, it will be pulled out, but in the most brutal way. The angry hippo rams the gazelle, bites it, and drowns it, and then effortlessly lifts it, tearing it from the mud. It no longer makes noise, having suffered multiple internal injuries. But if the hippo is in a bad mood, it will not calm down so quickly and easily. Another fierce blow pulls the herbivore out of the mud, and the hippo smashes its head against the surface of the swamp, shaking it from side to side, breaking its spine, neck, and legs. Provoking the anger of this giant was a fatal mistake. The lion is probably glad it retreated far away from this scene. Hyena-like dogs were hunting a gazelle. This is not easy, as the herbivore is incredibly fast. The dogs chased the gazelle into a swamp at the edge of a small lake. The prey's legs got stuck, and it lost its mobility. The fast dogs took advantage of the opportunity and attacked their prey. They managed to knock it off its feet and clamped onto it from different sides with their toothy jaws. The thing is, both the predators and their prey didn't know that they had staged their showdown in the most unfortunate place they could find. Hippos live near the shores of the pond. The enraged monster, the weight of a car, rushes into the battle. First, the hippo charged the dogs and blocked the gazelle with its body. The herbivore was freed from the grip of the predators, but moved towards deeper mud and got stuck. This was a fatal mistake. It couldn't free itself. The gazelle pretended to be a twig, making no sound and staying still as the hippo sniffed around. And that saved her. The hippopotamus laid down in the mud to rest. However, the dogs gathered courage and attempted to pull the prey out of the mud again, right under the giant's nose. This truly infuriated him. The hippopotamus understood that it couldn't reach the dogs. They were too agile, quickly dodging the giant. So the mighty giant tried to reach the gazelle. At first it didn't work, but the situation repeated. The dogs descended to their prey again to retrieve it from the mud. And this annoyed the hippo. It wasn't afraid of the dogs, they just irritated him. The 3-ton beast decided that if it couldn't catch the predators, maybe they would leave it if they took their prey. The hippo pounced on the gazelle, grabbed it with its jaws, and violently shook it from side to side. At that moment, the dogs were in shock. One can't help but wonder, is the hippo really a vegetarian? With its powerful jaws, it broke almost all the bones in the gazelle's body. In its mouth, the gazelle turned into a rag. Then the hippo threw its still-living herbivore under the paws of the dogs. They were not expecting such a gift. With caution and wariness, what if it's a trap? They approached and started dragging the gazelle towards themselves. The hippo allowed them to take the prey. The gazelle was still moving, but could not resist. Perhaps with its behavior, the hippo surprised both the gazelle and the dogs, but with different outcomes. However, the bravery of the wild dogs and their ability to find their advantage even in close encounters with a 3-ton monster deserves your like, I would think, don't they? A surveillance camera captured an amusing incident. A fox sneaked onto a farm to feast on local chickens. But the German Shepherds noticed the red one and thought they would easily catch the intruder. They rushed at it, hoping to immediately knock it to the ground and sink their fangs into its throat. But they didn't know who they were dealing with. It seems the fox prepared for the encounter and planned its escape route in advance. It deceived the shepherds, confused them, then turned around and ran between them, literally leaping out of the jaws of the opponents. The shepherds chased further, but the fox made an impressive jump and almost leaped over the fence where it was already too high for the more massive dog. It was not worth underestimating such an agile opponent and rushing at it simultaneously from one side. If they had surrounded or cut off its escape routes, the fox would have been doomed. But instead, it easily escaped the pursuit in a matter of seconds. Kangles are a breed of dog known for their incredible strength. Several Kangles can take down a bear. Just the sight of such a frightening, massive, and dangerous dog should induce hysteria even in smaller wild animals, but not really in this fox right here. The Kangle threatens it, barks, lunges, but the fox doesn't care. This fluffy little troublemaker should not have been underestimated at all. Of course, in a fight against a huge dog, it will not last 3 seconds. However, the clever fox can clearly see that the Kangle is chained to its kennel. So the furry wild predator calmly sits right in front of its enemy's muzzle and even turns away. as if demonstrating its contempt. And moreover, the fox carefully explores the length of the train. It provokes the Kangle to attack, observes how far the enemy can move away from the kennel, and tighten the chain. In the end, the fox calmly circles around the dog, looks for food, and ignores the Kangle as if it's just a noisy little cheeky puppy. Wolves are one of the most effective and successful predators on the planet. Each wolf possesses immense strength and can deal with a large elk or even a young boar. However, the main advantage of this predator lies in the remarkable coordination of the pack, which acts efficiently as a single entity. Wolves know how to hunt as a team, with each member knowing its role, covering its comrade, and being ready, if necessary, to improvise. Thanks to this, they can handle an elk or even a bison. For such precision in coordinated actions, discipline and a clear hierarchy are crucial. At the head of the pack are the lead pair, the alpha male and alpha female, who guide the actions of the others and lead the hunt. However, the status of the alpha must be earned through unequivocal superiority in strength. Here, a young wolf lunged at the alpha to challenge its leadership. The aggressor, on the other hand, didn't understand who it was messing with. Physical strength and the energy of youth are far from everything needed to triumph over an experienced and tough alpha. The alpha immediately resisted the mighty opponent as if it were just a pup before him. The enormous leader thwarted the attacker's assault and instantly counterattacked. The leader acted brutally, crushing the opponent and deploying powerful jaws. The alpha knows the weak points of the rival and strikes precisely there. It not only bites, but also jerks the aggressor's fur, who now clearly regrets messing up with the leader. Finally, the alpha seizes the opponent by the throat. However, this story doesn't have a bloody ending. The alpha didn't finish off or cause serious harm to the aggressor. After all, this is a family member. The cheeky young wolf needs to be taught a painful lesson so that it doesn't forget its place in the pack's hierarchy. But the leader must care for everyone, including the hot-blooded younglings. The lesson the young wolf learned will last him a long time. But now it will channel its strength more constructively and obediently follow the leader's commands. What do you think? Was the leader too harsh, or, on the contrary, too kind to the aggressor? Let you know your opinion in the comments. From time to time, in zoos and circuses, something happens that doesn't occur in the wild. Lions and tigers encounter each other on a narrow path. These cats are roughly in the same weight category, so they are sometimes housed together. They often coexist peacefully, but sometimes, let's say, minor disputes are possible. On average, a tiger is more massive and is stronger than a lion, but in terms of combat skills and aggression, the striped cat often loses to its distant relative. For example, here an adult experienced lion entered the enclosure with two young tigers and began showing them just who's boss. With such numerical superiority, the huge tigers could have easily dealt with the opponent. Still, the lion didn't let them gather themselves in an attack. Instead, he was the first to launch an attack to oppose the rules. The tigers are in shock. They plan to study the opponent before the fight. Then, one of them could have lunged from the front and the other from behind, stretching out their paws to reach the abdomen. But the cunning lion understood that if he gave the tigers time to gather their courage, he would probably lose. Therefore, he confidently pressed against the opponents. He wasted no time and simply stunned the tigers with an attack. Let it be noted, the lion doesn't try to fight with two tigers simultaneously. He bites only one of them to intimidate the other. It's the whole divide and conquer tactic in all its glory. See how the second tiger averts its gaze but cautiously observes as the newcomer beats its brother. Now the lion has asserted its leadership and is safe. The tiger just didn't know who they were dealing with. Here, the lion is young and inexperienced, so he didn't really want to fight, but he had to. Two tigers surrounded the rookie to show him who's in charge. Well, they brought it on themselves. No matter how young the lion is, he's still a brave fighter. Both tigers regretted messing up with their adversary. Several blows cooled their enthusiasm. If you were amazed at how the lion repels the tiger's attack alone against 2 enemies, how about this? Here, he's alone against 5 of them. The tigers took it seriously, but the lion gave them a powerful resistance. The cats exchanged blows, and the lion skillfully prevented them from knocking him onto his back. Single-handedly, he managed to corner one particularly audacious tiger, all thanks to endurance and composure. The lion simply ignores the opponent's strikes, forcing him to retreat. An entire pack of wolves managed to surround a snow leopard. An impressive battle ensues. These predator species are roughly in the same weight category, with wolves being a bit bulkier. However, the snow leopard possesses incredible agility and striking power. If a wolf uses a ramming attack in combination with powerful jaws, the snow leopard can elegantly evade the assault and immediately retaliate with a side paw strike. Here, the predators use their entire arsenal. The overwhelming numerical advantage leaves no chance for the snow leopard to win. Wolves press the target. They try to pounce on the snow leopard simultaneously from different sides to engage in close combat, seize its paws, immobilize it, and then stretch and finish it off. But the snow leopard understands this. It shows that the enemies don't know who they're dealing with. Thanks to a special tactic of short but powerful strikes, the snow leopard manages to maintain distance. Moreover, it reacts lightning fast to each new attack and uses the terrain's features. Several times, wolves surround the panther, and several times, the snow leopard escapes from this encirclement. The gray predators knew it would be a challenging fight, but they certainly did not expect such a stunning resistance. Once again, the snow leopard scatters the opponents, dodging the grip of a particularly dangerous wolf and running down the slope. The cat reaches a ledge, but the agile wolves catch up with it there. Although the wolves' claws don't retract and they can't climb with the same agility, the swiftness and determination of the gray canids are admirable. Suddenly, the cat spins around on its axis, scattering the opponents everywhere. The snow leopard once again manages to save itself at the very last moment. Finally, the snow leopard manages to run to a genuinely steep and massive rock where wolves definitely cannot reach it. The cat saved itself and showed its enemies that the mountains are its territory. 2 coyotes noticed that a lynx had taken down a deer just by itself. The coyotes surprisingly acted wisely when, instead of a quick attack, they chose to approach the lynx cautiously and slowly. And the coyotes don't hide and show their presence. It's as if they're saying, "There's enough meat for everyone. Share with us, and we'll do without a fight." The lynx understands the situation. Lynxes and coyotes often encounter each other. Here, the clash occurred at night, and the lynx isn't alone, so the coyotes don't have a numerical advantage. They boldly rushed into battle, but didn't know who they were dealing with. Coyotes have rather long limbs, making them look significantly bulkier and more massive. Yet underestimating the power of felines was not wise. The less fragile but powerful cat delivered an impressive resistance and landed a beautiful double strike to the aggressor's face. This threw him back and made the coyotes regard the lynx with great respect. In a fight with 2 coyotes, one lynx would likely have won, but it wouldn't have come out unscathed. Why fight when the prey is so substantial? Therefore, if the lynx is alone and there's plenty of prey, it can share the food with them. But the cat doesn't intend to relax, knowing they didn't mistake it for a snack. Suddenly, the lynx swiftly lunges at the opponents and immediately stops. It looks amusing. The lynx played a prank on the 2 coyotes, making them jerk in fear. In reality, it's not humor, but a tactical move. The lynx understood that the coyotes were evaluating it, so it decided to fake an attack. By the way, if you have stories from your life where a light demonstration of strength helped avoid serious problems, share them in the comments section for us. We're genuinely interested. A leopard was calmly walking along the road, scanning for lunch. Suddenly, a huge adult elephant emerged right in front of it. The monster weighs about 5 tons, which is 50 times more than the weight of even a truly large adult leopard. Of course, the panther didn't want to mess with its opponent, so it found a secluded spot to wait it out. However, the leopard didn't know who it was dealing with. It turned out that this elephant was a scout. A vast and numerous herd with many females and elephants was migrating in search of lush greens. This solitary elephant acted as a kind of patrol, scouting for potential threats. Elephants go to various precautions just for their little ones. If the leopard had just fled, it could have roamed somewhere else peacefully. Instead, the predator hid in a secluded spot right on the herd's road. On one side was a scout, and on the other elephants were approaching. The predator found itself trapped between them. It's in a trap it let itself into. Unfortunate, isn't it? If it tries to escape, it'll inevitably reveal its presence. Concerned about their offspring's safety, the elephants will rush at it, leaving just a few wet spots on the ground instead of a panther. The cat understands this and just sits for a long time. All that's left for the leopard is to freeze in place, relying on its camouflage. Fortunately, the elephants pass by, but in the future, the panther should run away as far as possible as soon as an elephant appears nearby. Which instance of a cool resistance in the natural world impressed you the most? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will see each other much more often.